Welcome to Jacques Pierre Cusine. Today I'm trying more than 10 different cheeseburgers for today's McQuestest for the McBestest cheeseburger. I started with what I call the American Classic. This is a simple burger. I used 80-20 ground beef from HEB. I formed a patty, salt and pepper both sides, cooked it 5 minutes per side, though thicker patties or different stovetops might need more or less time. I used HEB sharp cheddar slices. Now, HEB also has these burger cheese slices, which are rounded instead of rectangular. They both cost the same, but the rounded ones are 8 slices, whereas the rectangular ones are 10 slices. So I prefer the rectangular ones since not only is there more cheese per slice, but there's more slices, so it's more cheese per dollar. I used regular HEB enriched rolls. I toast them for a few minutes so the burger doesn't get soggy. Topped them with a sliced tomato, an onion, burger leaf lettuce, which might be an HEB thing. I don't know if y'all have it up north. For fixins, I used mayo, ketchup, yellow mustard, barbecue sauce, and pickles. And I had an HEB black cherry soda pop with this, and it's pretty gosh darn good. Now, before I move on to the other burgers, I just want to say I used the 80-20 beef from HEB for all these burgers, and I cooked them in a cast iron skillet with a lid to trap in some heat, and I used the same type of enriched rolls each time too. I also made a smash burger version with 2 thinner patties. I like this version, but I prefer a simple single patty. I'm a simple dude, so I figure that's probably why. I also tried this with American cheese instead of cheddar. I like this a lot more than the one with the cheddar, and it goes well with an HEB sangria soda pop. The second type of burger I tried is something I call the Baltimore Burger. I spent some of my childhood in Maryland, and I can't remember where, but there was a burger or sandwich like this. It's a simple burger with a tiger sauce, as it's called. And the tiger sauce is mayonnaise, lemon or lime juice, horseradish, barbecue sauce. I'm using a Texas one here. And you give it a good old mixeroo. And then you thinly slice an onion. I'm using a mandolin for shavings. Please be real careful when using a mandolin if you use one. You can cut yourself real bad if you're not careful. I should be using that safety thingy, but the onion is real tall. When it gets close, I do use the safety pusher thingy. Again, please be careful and cook and do stuff like this at your own risk. You can just cut it thinly if you don't have a mandolin or you don't want to use one, and that's perfectly fine. Now after that, I toasted some buns, I salt and peppered a patty to get it cooking, and to assemble, you just put a spoonful of the tiger sauce and some onions on a bun. I'm using cheddar, but just about any kind of sliced cheese is okay. Then just put it together and take a bite. Now this burger was slightly underdone, and after filming this, I had to go cook it for a few more minutes, but this burger was pretty gosh darn good. Up next is the Southwest Burger. I found this recipe on the Spoos. It uses an onion soup mix thingy, some steak seasoning, and Worcestershire sauce. I don't know. I can't say it. Whatever that is. I think it's from Britishy land or something. And some pickled jalapenos. And these end up being mixerooed into the patty itself. Then you cook it on up. And I enjoyed this with some French fries. I like them French fried potatoes. And then I add a few more pickled jalapenos and I start eating. This is a decent burger, but I think it's lacking a sauce. I think it needs like a chipotle mayo or something like that. But it ain't bad. I also tried another Southwest burger recipe. I found this one in my to-do list folder from 2019. I'm just getting to it now. It's from a website called A Family Feast. And this recipe includes a homemade chipotle mayo sauce and some grilled onions and peppers. This one is really, really good. Although I was in a hurry, so I undercooked it a bit and I had to put it back on for a few minutes. I also remade it the next day because I forgot it's supposed to have like a tomato slice with it. This is a real good burger. I like this a lot more than the other Southwest burger recipe. Next, I tried a Big Kahuna burger, which reminds me of Hawaii and Pulp Fiction, which are both wonderful things. I found this recipe on the Slow Roasted Italian. One important note is that the recipe uses pineapple slices, but those weren't on the ingredients list. Maybe I printed it wrong or something, I don't know. This ended up being real good. If I could make it again, I would try it with bacon instead of ham slices. Also, if you really like pineapple, and I sure do, a pineapple soda is a great drinkaroo to pair this with. And the next type of burger I tried is a cheeseburger in paradise. If you're not a parrot head, Cheeseburger in Paradise is from a Jimmy Buffett song about a perfect cheeseburger. Now, Jimmy wrote that song after being semi-stranded at sea without much food and imagining a cheeseburger he would have when he returned to port, which fortunately he did. I tried 3 different recipes that each attempted to faithfully recreate Jimmy's Cheeseburger in Paradise. The first recipe I tried was from a website called Taste with the Eyes. This one was very faithful to the song. Medium rare with mustard be nice, heaven on earth with an onion slice, lettuce and tomato, Heinz 57, French fried potato, big kosher pickle, and a cold draft beer. But with all due respect to Mr. Buffett, I've been sober since 2012, and I was jonesing for a soda pop, so I drank a cold Jones soda pop instead of a beer, because I don't drink beer no more. And this was so freaking good. I love this. This is a great burger. Jimmy Buffett certainly had a really, really exquisite taste when it came to cheeseburgers. That guy knew what he was doing, for sure. And I like his music, too, so I guess I'm a little bit partial. The next cheeseburger in paradise was from Life's a Tomato. In this recipe, you make a spice mix and a sauce, which doesn't seem to fit the lyrics of the song, so as faithfully as the last recipe, but this was really, really delicious. This is a great cheeseburger. The last cheeseburger in paradise is a recipe from Food Network. Like the last recipe, there's a spice mix, but there's no sauce here. Considering there's no sauce, this was a really, really good and really delicious burger, but the prior recipe was better in my humble opinion. I did have a boiling black cherry soda pop with this, and it was really good. It really hit the spot. These cheeseburgers in paradise were all around delicious. I don't know, I guess sometimes it's magic, sometimes it's tragic, but I had a good life all the way. If you recognize the song, please leave a comment if you do. The very last burger I made was a Swiss mushroom bacon burger. I found this recipe on Sweet Savory and Steph. Long ago, I went to a bar that served a burger like this, and it was really, really good, based upon what I remember anyway. Unfortunately, when I made this one, I forgot the bacon. Womp womp. Oh well. I thought about remaking it with the proper ingredients, but after trying over 10 different burgers, I'm burgered out, y'all. I need a burrito or something. So now, it's time for some conclusions. For the American Classic Burger, I think the ones with American cheese is the best. I like the smash burger, but slightly prefer a single thick patty. Call me old-fashioned in the comments if you like. The cheddar version costs $4 with 87 cents per burger, and that's in Yankee cash dollars. The American cheese version costs $4 with 71 cents per burger, which means American cheese tastes better and is cheaper than cheddar, so that's a bonus. The Baltimore Burger costs $3 with 94 cents per burger, which is pretty affordable. Not the best tasting burger, but nice to try for some variety. For the Southwest Burger, the Spruce recipe costs $4 with 27 cents per burger, and a Family Feast costs $3 with 83 cents per burger. The one from the Family Feast is way better in terms of taste and also less expensive, so I do declare that it is a clear winner among the Southwest cheeseburgers. The Big Kahuna Burger costs $6 with 47 cents per burger, which is mighty expensive, but it was delicious. For the Cheeseburger in Paradise recipes, Taste with the Eyes costs $4 with 88 cents per burger, Life's a Tomato costs $4 with 74 cents per burger, and the Food Network recipe costs $5 with 6 cents per burger. I have to recommend the Taste with the Eyes recipe for being faithful to the cheeseburger described in Jimmy's song. The Life's a Tomato one did taste real good though, and a wee bit better, I dare say, than the Taste with the Eyes recipe. Jimmy does mention in the song that he likes his with French fried potatoes. Do you like French fries? My opinion is,
I like them French fried potatoes.
The Swiss Mushroom Bacon Burger costs $5 with 30 cents per burger. All I have to say is don't forget the bacon. Looking back on all these, the Jalapeno Cheeseburger by Family Feast was the least expensive, costing $3 with 83 cents per burger. The Big Kahuna Burger was the most expensive at $6 with 47 cents per burger. In terms of taste, my absolute favorites are the American Classic with American cheese, Life's a Tomatoes Cheeseburger in Paradise, and a Family Feast Southwest Cheeseburger. And before I end this video, I'd like to add a few pointers here that I'm calling burger troubleshooting in case any of y'all have any trouble making burgers. If your burger is too raw, you can use a burger press to make consistently sized patties. You can also cook with a lid to trap in some heat, or you can make smash burgers. If your burger bun is soggy, you can toast them for a few minutes first. If your burger is too saucy, try using a spoon to measure your fixins. If your burgers are too tall, try cutting your fixins more thinly, or you can buy pre-cut fixins from places like H-E-B. And I suppose that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. I'll be back soon, hopefully, with another new video. Until then, have a good one. Video to me.